Hello guys, so today I will start about signal systems. So in theory class I have already discussed the theoretical part regarding signal systems, and in this video I will discuss about the numerical analysis as well as some detailed part of the functional values and numerical values regarding today's topic which I taught in my class. So as you know that definition of signal system, that signal is defined as a physical quantity that varies with time, space, amplitude, phase and any other independent variables. And system is a device which will operate on signals having input signals and produce output signals. And signal modeling is a signal representation of signal by mathematical expression. Now types of signals, as I told, signal has mainly three types of classification. First one is continuous time signal, discrete time signal, and digital signal. So mainly we will concern about these two types signals, that is continuous time signals and discrete time signals. And digital signal we will look later, because if we will discuss about discrete time signal, automatically we will know about digital signal. So in continuous time signal, mainly we will compare or we will study about continuous time signal and discrete time signal in your signal system as well as digital signal processing. Okay, so now elementary continuous time signal, that means which kind of signal we will mainly consider in case of continuous time signal, as well as we have to do the compare study between continuous time signal and discrete time signal. So first of all I am going to make a chart here. Continuous time signal, discrete time signal. Okay, and this is elementary signals. So first one is unit step function. So whenever we are going to consider continuous time signal, then we have to represent the signal in terms of functions. Okay, and same thing happened to discrete time signal, that is unit step sequence. That means in case of discrete time signal we will represent the signal as a sequence, and in continuous time signal we will represent the signal as a function. So the unit step function states that it has value at t greater than 0 and 0 t less than 0. So it will look like a single step starting from t equal to 0, and this is 1 of t. Now unit step sequence, just t replaced with n, that is t is for time, that is continuous time signal, n for number of sequence number, sample number. Okay, so n equal to 1 when n greater than equal to 0, 0 n less than 0. So it will look like, in continuous time signal we have to represent the scale in the function of t, and in this case we have to represent in the function of n. So n equal to 0, and that part, left hand side part will be 0, and this is 1, so 1, and so on, 1 2 3 4 5. So this is u of n. So this is unit step function, this is unit step sequence. Next one is unit ramp function. Unit ramp function. Similarly, in this case, it will convert it into unit ramp sequence. Unit ramp sequence. So ramp function means r of t equal to t. The function is represented by r of t, that is the ramp. And for t greater than equal to 0 and 0 for t less than 0. So signal will look like t 0 r of t. Okay. Ramp function, just r of t replaced by t replaced by n. R of n equal to n, or n greater than equal to 0, 0 for n less than 0. So its graphical representation will be, that is 0 1 1 2 3 4 and so on. That is 0 1 2 3 4. So this is r of n. Okay, this is function, this is sequence. Next one is impulse function. Impulse function. Or unit impulse, whatever, unit impulse function or impulse function. And this is unit impulse sequence. Okay. So unit impulse function means at only 0 it has values, impulse, unit impulse, and its value is 1. So it is represented by delta t equal to 1 at t equal to 0, otherwise this is 0, this function is delta t. And similarly, in case of sequence, delta n equal to 1 at n equal to 0, otherwise, and it can be represented like this: n equal to 0, it has value 1. So till n. And last but not the least, main elementary sequence or elementary signals in continuous time signal is unit parabolic function, and it is represented by t of t equal to t square by 2 for t greater than equal to 0, 0 for t less than 0, and it can be written given by a 0 p of t. And one difference between continuous time signal and discrete time signal, that is, in continuous time signal we have to represent unit parabolic function, but in discrete time signal instead of parabolic unit parabolic function I am going to represent the exponential sequence. Exponential sequence. In that case, x of n equal to a to the power n for all n, and it can be represented by this. Like parabola. X of n. So these are the elementary signal for continuous time signal and discrete time signal. Now what kind of problem will be arise from these things? Okay, and exponential signal also be part of continuous time signal. Okay, in case of continuous time signal, just replace the n with respect to t. Okay, so now what kind of problem will come from this topic? Say I am giving some examples. Like first one from continuous time, right? This one. Okay, and from one discrete time signal I am taking an example like say n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power 2n and minus 2. These two types of question will come from this elementary signals. So now I have to solve it. Okay, so now from one solution. That is minus infinity to plus infinity delta t plus 3 to the power minus t dt. So look, this is the signal. This signal is continuous time or time signal. That means there is an integration term minus infinity to plus infinity, and it has some impulse function, that is this one, delta t equal to 1, t equal to 0. So delta t equal to 1 at t equal to 0. This is the main statement for unit impulse function. So now here delta t plus 3. So I can say at delta t plus 3 it has value 1. So for this problem delta t plus 3 equal to 1. So condition, according to the condition, t plus 3 equal to 0. So simply t equal to minus 3. Okay, So now the solution will be minus infinity to plus infinity delta t plus 3 e to the power minus t dt. Now what is the value? This is 1, t equal to minus 3, and this is 0 for t not equal to minus 3, so only we will consider t equal to minus 3. So e to the power minus t dt and we will consider this term at t equal to minus 3 only. So e to the power minus dt equal to e to the power minus dt equal to e to the power minus t at t equal to minus 3. So it is eq. So the solution is minus infinity to plus infinity del t plus 3 dt equal to eq. So this is the solution. Okay. So next one is I am considering the discrete time signal. Okay. So in discrete time signal, same as your continuous time signal. My problem is n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity 2n n minus 2. So here also there is a unit impulse sequence like unit impulse sequence del n equal to 1 at n equal to 0. So delta n equal to 1 at n equal to 0. So in this case, for this equation, delta n minus 2 equal to 1 at n minus 2 equal to 0. So n value is 2 and 0 n not equal to 2. Okay, so just put the value n equal to 2. So my sequence is n equal to minus infinity plus infinity e to the power 2n at n equal to 2. So its value will be e to the power 2n n equal to 2. So e to the power 2 into 2, that is e to the power 4. So my solution is plus infinity e to the power 2n n minus 2 equal to e to the power 4. So this type of question you will get from this elementary signal, continuous time signal as well as discrete time signal. Okay, so now a very small part from today's topic, that is representation of the signal. That is how we will represent, how we can represent a signal. That is representation of the signal. That means whenever we are talking about signal, I have to represent so that I can transmit the signal from one space to another space, or one place to another space. Without representation, I can't transmit the signal, or I can't exchange the information, because representation is the main part. My class, I have to represent it so that you can understand the topic, so that you can learn the topic. Representation is the very vital thing. So in case of signal also, representation is the very first and foremost thing is I have to represent the signal. Whatever I have given in this video, that is This is unit impulse, unit step signal, unit ramp signal, unit impulse function. These all signals I have to represent. Okay, without representation there is no meaning of exchanging the information. Okay, so now depending on the way of representation, my signal representation can be classified into, mainly classified into 4 categories, 4 types. First one is graphical representation. As per the name suggests, that is graphical, that means graph is involved. So this is nothing but the pictorial representation of your signal with the help of graph. Whenever I am giving you a sinusoidal signal and you are represent it like this. Okay, I am giving a exponential signal, you are represent like this. I am giving you a rectangular signal, you are represent like this. These all are graphical representation. Okay, and in both case continuous as well as discrete time signal can be represented by graphical representation. Like this is continuous, all these things are continuous time signal, and if I will represent like this, suppose sine wave, this is discrete. So both the signals can be represented by this. Well, mainly all the representation is applicable for both types of signal, continuous time signal as well as discrete time signal. Next one is functional representation. Functional representation. That means it names suggests that the representation must be based on function. Okay, so if the signal is represented by the function of anything is known as functional representation. Like x of t equal to sine omega t, x of n equal to 1 for n greater than equal to 0 and 0 for n less than 0. These are the two functions. Okay, this is one, this is second one. So both the signal has been represented by functions. First one is continuous time signal, second one is discrete time signal. So this kind of representation is known as functional representation. Next one is tabular representation. So tabular representation means the number suggests that a table must be there, a tabular format will be there. So if the signal is represented in case by the help of table, it is known as tabular representation. That is n and x of n. So the x of n and n, these two signal has been represented by this table. That means with the value of n, the function x of n has this value. So this is tabular representation. and mainly we will represent the discrete time signal with the help of tabular representation. That doesn't mean that continuous time signal can't be represented by tabular representation. Yes, obviously continuous time signal also represented by tabular representation, but in general mostly we will use to represent the tabular we will use this tabular format to represent the discrete time signal, because as per your definition, discrete time signal has a particular value at its instant time slot or at its instant value of the sequence. That is particular value of n, it has some particular values. Okay, so that so tabular representation in case of DTS or discrete time signal much more easier than your CTS, continuous time signal. Okay, then last but not the least, that is sequence representation. This is also representation which is mainly used in case of DTS. That is whenever I am going to represent a signal using sequence like x of n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 11 and so on. So the x of n is represented by the sequence. So this is mainly used in case of DTS. So these are the 4 types of sequence representation. That much for today. Next class I will discuss the numerical problem regarding basic operation on the signals. Okay, thank you all.